Take one.
Take one. Hi, I'm Candace.
Hi, I'm Monica.
Welcome to As We Art.
See, I already messed up
Why?
because my voice didn't sound normal.
Oh, mine never sounds
Hi,
normal.
I'm Monica.
I'm trying, but you know.
Okay, we're here. This is As We Art. It's a podcast. It's a YouTube channel. And we are going to challenge ourselves to speak normally.
It's hard. It's difficult when you have a microphone. You turn into like, welcome to NPR.
Oh my God. I'm Monica.
I'm Candace.
There you go. Okay. As We Art, we're here. We're doing this. And we are starting this podcast. We're so glad you're here. Or
Welcome.
YouTube channel.
Yes.
Welcome.
We're going to be doing this podcast / YouTube channel, this vlogcast, I guess, we want to chat about what art we're creating this week, what's inspiring us. And we want to also hear from people. What's inspiring you? What are you creating? We want to kind of build a community. You know, life's tough out there right now, and no matter where you are. And we just want to be able to have our people. So,
and not just that, that is part of it. And I'm glad you said that, Candace.
Thank you, Monica.
Yeah. But we need to hold ourselves accountable. Let's be honest. We make lists of things we want to do. We have ideas of things we want to make. And then days, weeks, months go by and we haven't done shit.
Yep.
So we wanted a weekly check-in for you, for us. Come on and join in and get yourselves checked in. So keep yourselves accountable. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about what art we're making right now and where we are in the process. We're not going to be talking about stuff we want to make in the future. Mm-hmm. Goals are good, but
goals are nice, but we're very good at setting them.
Yeah.
And not very good at achieving them or, working on them for more than 2 weeks. So,
yeah. Sometimes that is true. Yes. So it's funny because knowing that we were going to record this episode, we had this thought, it's the beginning of the year, it's 2026. Let's start the year by doing a weekly podcast to say what we're working on. But because I knew we were going to be recording, I was more productive artistically and creatively.
Me too. Definitely.
So it's already working.
I know it's working. I felt like I needed some product to show,
Yeah, that's true. We are going to be showing, when possible, we'll be showing the art that we're working on or that we've created. Mm-hmm. But for those of you who are just listening, who aren't getting the visual, you're missing out. But we also started, after we thought of a name of this podcast, which took a while, As We Art is where we landed. But we started, what's it called? Instagram.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a way to see what we're talking about visually if you don't have time to watch the YouTube recording. So make sure you check out, what's the official name?
Our handle is at As We Art Podcast. And
As We Art
also going to be our YouTube handle at As We Art Podcast. But we'll try and post what we're talking about on the podcast, if you're a listener, on our Instagram so that you can actually see the visuals of the art we've created or anything we're giving a visual representation of on YouTube.
Yeah.
As much fun as it would be to describe every line to you on a podcast, I think we'll save your time and just show you a picture. So
that sounds good. It did take a little while to figure out how to podcast. And I want everyone out there to know we are new at this. We are learning as we go, which is part of it. That's part of the whole point of this, of this experiment that Candace and I are doing. We're learning as we go. We appreciate your patience. We'd love your feedback and questions. And so even though we'll be recording this in one shot, there won't be editing. We're not doing redos. If we fuck up, we fuck up.
Yep.
We're going to try to be so real and raw. And if you are looking for a more polished thing to listen to, please go elsewhere. But we're glad you're here.
Please go elsewhere.
Please go elsewhere.
No, we're not it. We try to be ourselves and we art. Jeez.
We art.
We try to be as low maintenance as we can. So
no, I know there are a lot of podcasts out there and YouTube channels to watch and listen to. And so we are really genuinely glad you're here. So let's get started. What art did I do? What art did you do? We didn't even plan this. Who's going to talk first?
I'll go first because I feel like were a little more productive this week than I was.
You did all the tech. Anyway, okay, I'll be quiet. Go ahead, Candace.
So my art this week was the thing I created was this podcast. I've been working on setting up microphones and testing equipment, and Monica's been a lovely guinea pig and all that, and patiently testing and listening. And so thank you. But that's what I have worked on for a majority of this week, is just trying to get this endeavor set up, so that we can, build a community and share what we're working on.
Thank you. Your tech skills are so good.
Ooh, I'm learning as I go. Google helps.
I couldn't do it. Wires and apps, and I'm like, I can't. I just don't have the patience.
The other thing I've been working on is I have started recently. By recently, I mean a year ago, but I haven't been very productive. I have started creating linoleum cuts that you then block print. And there was one I created earlier this year that I hadn't ever done anything but test print. So I decided I was going to bust it out and do a full, printing run on that. So I'm going to reach over. Hopefully my microphone doesn't squeak when I move it. I got the squeaky mic somehow. Every time I move it, it screams at me.
Squeaky mic.
So this is the actual linoleum cut. And if you're listening, it's a linoleum cut of a UFO and night sky and some trees. And then this is the print that I've actually been working on this week, printing these out. I happened to be making this when I was watching a lot of streaming episodes of X-Files because, I was born in the 80s, so X-Files was my jam.
That's awesome. I love the night sky and the big moon. So yeah, we will post a picture of Candace's art this week on our Instagram. So like I said, anyone listening can see it. It's awesome. I love it.
Well, that's the majority of my stuff. And by majority, I mean, that is my stuff this week. What did you create?
I just want to add one more thing you did. You also, this is no small thing, but you organized your art cart so that you could get back into lino cutting. How do you say it? Lino?
As far as I know, both are acceptable. I've heard most people say lino cut. Okay. I say one or the other depending on what comes out of my mouth. So say it however you feel. Just get out there and do it,
Exactly. But I think that is something, if you create the space, if you're not ready to actually get hands-on and creating the right space, setting up a corner on a table, a cart, a shelf, a shoebox of art supplies, it can motivate you to use those supplies. So we'll take a picture of your art cart, honey.
Yay. Yeah. The organization definitely matters to me as far as creativity goes. I have to be organized in order to be able to even start. Otherwise it's total paralysis for me. So
I feel like I'm blushing.
Why? Because you thrive in chaos.
I thrive in chaos. Candace and I have been married for 10 years. We've been together longer, but married.
To each other.
To each other. We said that recently. I forget where, but we were like, yeah, we're married. And they're like, where are your spouses? And we're like, we're the
standing next to our spouse.
We are married to each other. But we are so different.
Are you guys sisters?
No, sister wives. No, we are very different. And where Candace really does well with plans and methodical thinking and organized space and following steps, I do thrive when it's chaotic and messy. And I've tried a few times recently to organize the glass studio. We are stained glass artists. And instead of going in, I found some glass that I felt inspired and I started cutting and I made something right in the mess. I mean, I had no business working in such a mess. I had layers of materials that I was cutting glass on. It would have hurt Candace to watch. So
it's like setting a fire in a bonfire, but
stuff
amazing
comes out.
Things come out of it. So, that's your process.
I know it is. I'm inspired. So if we talk about what we're inspired by, mine's messy stuff. No. Art. So again, knowing the episode was coming, hold on, let me fix this headset.
It's got to be tough to wear those with glasses on.
Yeah,
over
I
the,
have glasses.
over the ear headphones.
Yeah, for those of you listening, you don't know what we look like, but don't come here for fashion tips or beauty tips, makeup tips, hair tips.
Nope.
Get out of the shower and make a messy bun.
Heyo.
Yeah, so I immediately made a sign for our name. It took us a little while to think of a name. That counts.
That counts. That's art.
As we art. So I immediately pulled out some acrylic paints and made this like darker purple and blue leading to lighter purples and blues, thinking, as we art in the middle. And my point is, I think that I feel lighter. Life feels lighter. My mental health, everything feels better and lighter when I take time to be creative. So as we art, and we'll put a picture of that on the Instagram with a hashtag. And when I did go in to clean the glass studio a little bit, I ended up making a stained glass plant that I stuck into a old elephant vase we've had kicking around. So I will take a picture of that because I created that stained glass plant this week. And then the other thing I wanted to do is, if you're watching, we have a blank wall, especially behind Candace. So I thought we needed a nice big sign with the name As We Art. And there are certainly shortcuts out there, which is fine. We're not judging how you do art. Anyone who takes time to be creative, we bow to you. Like, that's awesome.
Yep.
But we don't take shortcuts when it comes to stained glass in our methods. So I use pencil, an eraser, and a ruler.
Yeah, we create every pattern by hand.
Yeah, we create our patterns.
We don't use like computer generated patterns.
I could have gone online and made, I've never done it, but it's possible, it's plausible to make a pattern with the computer, and it would be, perfectly even, and the letters would be all the right width or whatever. But I'm more comfortable using, like I said, just hand drawing. So you will see over the next couple of weeks, this pattern will become a stained glass window, and I will hang it on the wall behind us. So as we art. And then the other thing I did, which I definitely want to talk about on this podcast every week, is my main number one priority medium, and that is writing. So like a lot of writers, I can write, and I love having time to write. But what I thrive on is a deadline. If there's a deadline or a podcast waiting to see where I am in my writing process, I'm actually going to make headway. So I've been working on a collection of nonfiction essays and short fiction, short stories. And what I did this week in that process was a big step for me, is I polished a final draft of an essay, creative nonfiction essay called Float. And don't worry, I'm not going to read it, but I am going to keep you guys informed. So the goal is to get it published. And there are a lot of literary journals that take submissions in February and March. There's like an open season for a period of time when writers submit their work. And this will be a new process for me. I'm really excited to do it, and I'm excited to track it on here on this weekly check-in podcast. So the big step that I took this week was I emailed it out to a close circle of friends and family that I trust, who could read it, give me feedback, if there were any typos, if there were any confusing points. And that's a good sign. Yeah, it's a good sign. If I'm at that point where I'm sending out a final draft, ready to submit, I'm pretty psyched. So I will keep you guys posted on how Float, if it gets, accepted or rejected, I'll keep you posted either way. And the next thing I'm working on is a short story, which I'll fill you in on next week. Yeah, I think that's it. My painting, my glassing, and my writing.
Just a few things. Whatever.
No, it's good. It's good. We're not judging. We want to know what you're doing. What art did you have time for? What did you create? Whether you consider yourself a quote unquote, like technically an artist or not, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. It truly might be grabbing a box of crayons and some scrap paper. Like, just
create for the sake of creating and not for what the finished product will be,
That's a good point. Really?
That's hard for me to do for sure. So if you struggle with that, I'm right there struggling with you, but we want to see it.
It's freeing to let go of that image of, well, how does this stack up to others? What will the final one look like? This doesn't even look quote unquote professional. Like that, none of that matters.
It is really difficult to like let go of that and not try to make art for the sake of art being good or what you deem to be good art, but just in order to create, to make art. That really should be the goal. So
yeah. And it's why we're here. We're trying to put our phone down, not get stuck scrolling or binge watching. We just really want to be a little more active in our creative space where we can. And we completely understand it is a privilege. Mm-hmm. It's a privilege to be able to have space, time to pause in the chaos of life and stop and do something intentional for no other reason other than it feels really good and it's challenging and it opens up new neural pathways in your brain. I think I'm trying to sound smart.
I like it.
I have no idea.
I'm all for it.
I'm like, there's got to be some advantages of doing art other than I don't know.
Other than art.
Yeah. So, open up some new neuro passageways. I don't know what
I like it. You just went for it, Just
make art.
Open up something.
Put down the phone. We're trying because we're guilty of it, but we're just trying daily to find a few minutes, a few hours, if we can, to be creative.
Yeah, for sure. And we'd love to see what you're creating. If you want to like post something on Instagram for us to see so we can, just kind of encourage each other, post something and hashtag it as we art. And we're going to watch the hashtag and check out what y'all are making. And
that'd be awesome. So we can see what they're making. Yeah.
Yeah. Follow us on Instagram at As We Art Podcast, and you can see what we're making. And we'll also hashtag it so it shows up with everybody else's stuff. So
that's great. Yeah. And even if you're not creating anything or you don't have a picture to share, you can also share what's inspiring you. Because even when we're not having a week where we feel like actively productive and creative, like hands-on making something, we still get inspired often, whatever that from a lot of different sources, but whether it's books or music or taking walks. So we'd love to hear what's inspiring you too. We should touch on that before I know we're almost done, but what's inspiring you this week, Candace?
The things that have been inspiring me the most, I think, are, I love anything spooky. I mean, if you're watching, I'm in a Goosebumps shirt and made a UFO lino cut. But I love anything spooky, scary, Halloween type stuff. And I've been reading a book by an author named Brom, and it's called Slewfoot. It's fantastic. If you like if you enjoy witchy, spooky, occult type stuff, very great. And Brom does his own illustrations. So there's also like a, thick center of illustrations in the book that are really cool to look at.
In the novel on your nightstand?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to look.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I don't like spooky stuff necessarily, but
I don't think you're going to like these pictures.
Yeah.
But
oh, shoot. Okay, maybe not.
So that definitely has been inspiring me. And also, Monica had gotten me, Monica, that I'm looking at.
What did I do?
Had gotten me a set of vinyl albums that are PJ Harvey demos and B-sides. And I've been listening to those, and they're super inspiring to me. It's really
you've
cool.
always liked PJ.
I love PJ. She's one of my favorites.
Yeah, we've seen her a couple times in concert. She's amazing. I'm not as much, I don't have as much knowledge about music as Candace. I enjoy music, but honestly, my go-to is like relaxing classical. But
which is great.
But I got you that because I looked through the albums you had by Peach and didn't see that one. So I got it for you, but I honestly don't even know what are like demos. What is that?
So demos are like when an artist wants to test out a song that they've written or work on like the instrumentation, and they want to shop it around to record companies, or they're just testing how it sounds for the record that they're working on. They just create a little recording of it without all the engineering, no background band, or if they are a band, they create it as a band. But sorry.
It's like a first draft for writers.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's really cool to listen to because it's like having PJ Harvey play in your living room, because it's just her and whatever instrument she's playing, because she plays about 10,000 of them. And yeah, it's great. And then B-sides are when they release a single, like if PJ Harvey were to release a single, the single is on the A side of the album, and then the B side is usually another song that doesn't show up on the album. It's usually like a rarer, more rare rarity.
Wait, it might not show up on the whole album with all the other songs?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
neat.
usually something that would not be on another album.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you have that record set.
It's amazing.
I did hear you listening to it, and her voice sounds really chill. Actually, it sounds very similar to how it sounds after a studio. So maybe she's one of those musicians that needs
talented.
a lot of, I don't know, tinkering on her voice. That's great. That's like what we're doing. We're doing this raw, we're not trying to change our voice. We're doing this in one take, as we said. And
very little tinkering.
no script. For me, sorry, were you anything else inspiring you?
I'm all set. What's inspiring you, Monica?
For me, I was thinking about this because I knew we would be showing our art, and I was thinking about what is inspiring me, because I already knew this question was coming. And yes, there's some books, there's some music, and that's always there. But I think I want to mention the weather because I should say right now, it's January of 2026. We live in New England, which is the northeastern part of the country of America. And we live in the state of Massachusetts.
The United States of America.
The United States of America. Thank
Yes.
you. Oh, yeah. We don't want to assume everyone on this planet's having the same weather that we're having, or that they all,
there aren't different Americas.
Different Americas. The United States of America, Massachusetts. And so what we're having right now is gray skies, no leaves on the trees. It's winter, and there's a dusting of snow. And so because I'm outside a lot, I love taking nature walks, but the colors that I love aren't necessarily showing up. So I've been inspired to find it. I'm like, orange. I'm like, we set up this podcast corner for those of you who are just listening, and I'm like, let's use an orange shelf. And I have an orange art smock that I wear that I love. It puts me in a creative mood as soon as I put it on. And I've been using orange in some of my work. I picked out orange glass for the sign, and there's even orange mentioned in my essay that I just wrote.
Nice.
So I think I'm going to say weather and color are something that inspires me.
Before you move on, I do have to circle back.
Oh.
Did anybody else just vomit in their mouth a little bit when I said that?
Corporate speak. We're not discussing any 9-to-5 jobs that we may or may not have.
Corporate America is it's
Circle
rubbing
back.
off on me a bit.
Okay.
I want to talk about your orange smock that you mentioned because it's a smock with pockets. So we gave it a very specific nickname, which is...
Are we really sharing this? Okay.
Oh, yes.
So I think I mentioned, we've been married 10 years. We have some inside lingo, language, things we say that we find adorable, but here we go.
We love to smash words together.
Yeah. So I have this smock with pockets, and to be funny, we call it smockets, which isn't that funny or creative. It's smockets. But then one day recently I said, I put it on because I'm ready to create. I put on my orange smockets. And I looked at Candace and I said, now's the time on schmuckets when we dance. I changed smockets to schmuckets, and I was referencing an old Saturday Night Live skit.
Still funny. It's still funny.
When was that? Like 90s?
I think the early 90s is when
Mike Myers. I was
on.
probably like high school. Yeah, early 90s. You weren't. You were. What were you? Middle? No, God, elementary school.
7.
Yeah. I was born in the mid 70s, and Candace was born in the mid 80s.
Yes.
And while we share a lot of pop culture and things that we like, there's things from the 80s that I know about, and there's things from the 90s that you were more aware of. But anyway, Saturday Night Live references are definitely common. So yeah, I put on my schmuckets and I get very inspired to create. And setting up space, organizing space if you're into organizing, but dedicating space. We'd love to know what you guys do to do that when you want to feel creative. What music do you put on? What book do you grab? What do you do? And we're not here to judge your type of art, however you interpret art, right? And so as long we're not even making rules, but for us, as long as we're putting our phone down. So like artistic things like decorating, cooking, yard work, gardening, that all counts for me as art. But what puts you in the mood? Like for me, putting on that art smock gets me totally ready to go. And we want to know if you're trying something out of your comfort zone, not if you plan to, not if it's a future want or goal.
Yes.
We want to know what you're doing that's right now, what you're working on, what you're inspired by. We'd love for you to share.
Yeah, definitely. Jump on, share what's inspiring you. You know, even if you weren't able to create, inspiration in and of itself kind of is creation because it's creating little sparks in your brain. Neural pathways, as Monica said.
I hope that's a thing.
It is. It is.
Creating little sparks in your brain. I like that better.
So, yeah, we want to hear all about it.
Yeah, we're really glad you're here. We'll record episode 2 next week, and we'll hopefully have some more art that's been created and some more things that are inspiring us.
Yeah,
so,
Thanks
we'll see
so
you
much
next
for
time.
tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
This is As We Art. We're going to have any sort of like closing.
That's the best I got right now. Sorry, guys.
As We Art. All right.
I think that was stolen.
Bye.
Bye.